Hi, good evening. So let me show you how to take a basic skirt measurement. So for your basic skirt measurement, you need the waist measurement, the hip measurement, the length and the half length of the person. So for her, you put your tape rule. When you want to take the waist measurement, you hold it firmly, like very firmly on the waist. The waist has to be tight if you're sewing a bandless skirt. Then you measure the hip measurement, putting your tape rule at the fullest part of the buttocks. Let it sit like this on the buttocks. This is how it should sit on the buttocks. Then you make sure it is sitting there on the buttocks, and then you measure. For her it is 38 inches. This is 38 inches. Then look, you see the way it is sitting down on her buttocks. That's how you should sit. Then the length, you put your tape rule where the person is putting her skirt or trouser, whatever she's wearing, put it there, or you put it at the abdomen. Then you measure the length. For her the length is 19 inches and the half length is 15 inches. Just go up by 4 inches if the person is sewing the skirt below the knee. I'll transfer it into a paper and then I'll show you. So this is the paper. So all your measurement, you're going to be dividing it by 4 inches. So the 26 inches divided by 4 is 6.5. I applied my 6.5. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 inch for that allowance and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. So I added my 1 inch for that and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance, and I'll go down by 8 inches. If the person is very tall, you can go down by 9 inches. If the person is very tall and fat, you can go down by 9 inches. So I went down by 8 inches, and then I'll divide the hip measurement divided by 4. The hip is 38. 38 divided by 4, it will give me 8.5. Then I will not put that allowance because I'm not putting that at the hip. I'll just put sewing allowance 1.5 inch, and then I'll use my hip curve and connect the lines together. So I'll connect the lines like so, and then I will impute the length of the skirt. Now the length of this skirt is 19 inches. I'll use 2 inches for hemming and the half length is 15. So I went ahead and I impute the measurement. Please, if you're not following me on Facebook, please go and follow me and invite your friends to follow me, First Class Fashion School and Stores. So I impute the measurement, and then I use my hip curve and I connect these lines. Sorry, when you are taking the hem measurement, the measurement at the down, you minus 1.5 inch. So for this place now, I minus the 1.5. I minus 1.5 inch at the hem line. That's why you're seeing that curve like so. I minus 1.5 inch at the hem line. So if the hip is like this one now, the hip is 8.5 inches. That's 38 divided into 4 is 38 inches divided by 4, which is 8.5. I added 1.5 inch sewing allowance. So I went down and I removed that 1.5 inch that I added. So I'll put it on a fresh paper. I added a zip allowance, 1 inch zip allowance, and then I went ahead and I cut it out. I added 1 inch zip allowance, and then I'll cut it out. So that's it about your skirt measurement. If you have a question, please drop it. I had to do my best to make sure this video is not too long, so you don't have to waste your data watching it. If you have a question, ask me. If you're not following me on Facebook, follow me. You can follow me on Instagram too. My Instagram handle is Classic Fashion School and Stores. Love you and thank you so very much for paying attention. If you need sewing machines, don't forget I sell Tokumbo sewing machines